What's up, what's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're talking Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, or DMZombies. Now, I wasn't lucky enough to get flown out to Call of Duty next, and I wasn't able to go over to Treyarch to play the mode early. However, I was lucky enough to get hands-on with this gameplay so that way I could go through it and basically give you guys as much information as possible about what's to come for Zombies for Modern Warfare 3. Now, basically, the rumors for this mode is that it would be a hybrid between Cold War's Outbreak Zombies mode and the Modern Warfare 2's DMZ experience, and that's essentially the best way to explain this new Zombies. Now, unfortunately, if you were looking forward to round-based zombies in this game, you're probably going to be very disappointed. However, this is the largest zombies experience we've ever had, or at least I'm confident to say that it will be. Now, initially, at first glance, when you're looking at the screen, if you didn't see zombies, you would probably just think this is DMZ, and that's essentially just how similar these modes really are. The biggest difference on the surface is that there is no PvP in this new zombies experience, so this is a PvE only experience. Now, there's going to be 24 players on the map, which is going to be 8 squads of 3, so similar to DMZ, you will be able to party up with 2 other players, forming a squad of 3, where you'll be able to infill into the new Warzone map. Now, if you guys are looking forward to getting hands-on with the Warzone map ahead of Season 1, Zombies is going to be the best way to do so, as you will be able to jump in on launch day into Zombies and be able to jump into the Warzone map, basically playing it all the way up to Season 1 ahead of that Warzone integration. Now, there will be 24 players on the map, or 8 squads of 3, and you guys will be able to work together if you'd like. However, similar to DMZ as well, you guys will be able to assimilate with up to 6 people, so a full squad could be as much as 6 players, and although there is no PvP, you will still be able to form those larger squads to take on the more difficult challenges in this PvE experience. The structure for the matches are very similar to DMZ as well, although a little bit longer. The initial time is 45 minutes. After that initial time period has passed, obviously the radiation or gas will start to expand. Once it expands across the entire map, obviously you will no longer be able to exfil. So just like DMZ, you will have that radiation. It will be in a centralized area or in an area on the map. Obviously, once the time period passes, it expands. Now, in this Zombies mode, the radiation isn't really radiation. It's more of an aether storm. So although they generally have the same effect, obviously they're a little bit different. Now, the map difficulty is going to be based on where you are located. Basically, think of the map as 3 different rings, the central being the most difficult, and as you get further out, obviously it gets a little bit easier. So there is the center ring, which is going to be tier 3 or the most difficult, the middle ring, which is going to be tier 2 or the medium difficulty, of course, and the outer ring, which is going to be the low difficulty or low threat level and easiest difficulty as well. Obviously, you'll start out with a few runs on the outer circle. Once you get looted up or geared up enough, you can then make your way into the inner circles, eventually working your way to the more difficult challenges ahead. Now, obviously, I would expect on the outer circle, the zombies will have no armor, and as you get more into the inner circle, you'll get more difficult enemies, probably more enemies in general, and obviously maybe some bosses along the way. Now, similar to DMZ, we're going to see the return of strongholds and fortresses. Strongholds are going to be a little bit easier. Fortresses will probably require a key and probably scale a bit in difficulty, so they will provide a bit more of a challenge. Then you will also have encampments, which are going to be a little bit different, probably just areas that you can take over on the map. And also, we will see the return of the Aether Nest, which is also something we saw in Cold War Outbreak. Now, I don't know if it was exactly different than the strongholds I already mentioned. However, I did see in the gameplay a zombie stronghold, so the player went up to the stronghold, went inside, cleared it of all the cysts inside of it, which I would imagine then clears it, which then would allow you to get the reward. So the strongholds are going to be a little bit different than we see them currently in DMZ. However, they still are going to be present in the mode. Just like DMZ, there's going to be tons of lootable items around the map. I'm sure that they will all have their purposes as well. And also similar to DMZ, we will see the return of armor vests. The only difference is I did not see any specialized vests, so I didn't see any medic vests, any stealth vests, or anything like that. But we did see the return of 2 platers, 3 platers, and obviously starting out with 1 platers. Now, obviously, this is a zombies mode, so you can expect to challenge zombies, but alongside that, there will be mercenaries, I think pretty much only in the outer region, where they will obviously be in areas like encampments, taking on the zombies themselves. These are also going to be enemies that you will have to take on. And alongside the basic zombies, we will see things such as manglers, hellhounds, abominations, and a mega abomination, which are things that we saw in the Cold War Zombies experience. Similar to DMZ, the contracts have returned. They are going to be slightly similar as well, as I saw contracts known as Outlast, Escort, Aether Extractors, Bounty, which is going to be fairly similar to an HVT, Deliver Cargo, which is very similar to a contract we have currently in DMZ. So we can expect to be doing contracts similar to what we do currently have in DMZ, where we will likely get money as a reward or some other sort of reward. Alongside these contracts, it looks like there will be activities that take place around the map. In this gameplay, I did notice where they came across a set of convoys. Once they were able to destroy all the vehicles and enemies within the region, it did say activity was complete and the convoy was basically destroyed, giving them a little bit of a reward for their action. Obviously, like we mentioned before, this is an extraction experience similar to DMZ, so you can expect to infill into the map, and you are going to be exfilling as well. Now, something that is a little bit different to DMZ's extraction process, in this mode, you will notice there there are blue extractions and there are also red extractions. Now the blue extractions, from what I can understand, are taken from the gameplay, are going to be your normal extractions. You go over to them when you're expecting to be done with your run, or you just want to exfil and move on, or go ahead and infill into another one. The red extractions are going to be a little bit different, however, and are going to be tied to a quest. So when you go over to a red extraction, it's going to ask you if you want to exfil to a specific location. Now this is going to basically take you to your own instance in a different location, obviously from the map itself, where you guys will be able to take on your quest or whatever it is that you are working on. So in a way, it kind of sounds like you were going over to one of the bunkers in DMZ and heading into Koshai Complex, but instead of going into the complex and queuing in with other players, once you actually got there, you would be all by yourself and be able to work on whatever it is that you were there for. But it does sound pretty cool that they're going to have separate instances to take you over to different locations, which could mean we get access to more locations than we did during our time in DMZ. Similar to DMZ, the buy station is going to be returning as well, alongside kill streaks. The kill streaks that I did see were the Juggernaut, Precision Airstrike, and Mortar Strike. I don't know if we'll see UAVs, as I don't really think they're going to have much purpose, being that there is no PvP, but you guys can expect to be able to go over to buy stations, probably buy armor plates, kill streaks, and things that can kind of help you along your journey. Now we're kind of getting into the zombie specific stuff that's kind of making its way into a DMZ experience. We're going to be looking at the monkey bomb that's going to be returning, and the Casimir. The Casimir is that grenade or tactical grenade that you throw that makes a portal into the Aether that kind of sucks everything in. Obviously, we're going to see these zombies field upgrades return. I saw the Frost Blast, the Energy Mine. I think it was the Ring of Fire. However, the symbol or logo in game did change, so I wasn't 100% certain on that. Obviously, the perk machines are going to return. You're going to be able to buy individual perks at their machines found around the map, so you guys will be able to head to those, grabbing the perks that you like. Obviously, we'll see Deadshot Daiquiri, PhD Slider, Elemental Pop, Death Perception, Stamina Up. I'm pretty sure all of them are in there. I just didn't see all of them in the gameplay. We're going to see the return of wall buys, so you'll be able to go to certain locations on the map and purchase items off the wall. The mystery box will, of course, find its way on the map. You guys will be able to open up your tactical map and identify where that's located. Pack-a-Punch, of course, is going to be located as well. I would imagine it's going to be in each of the different rings that are located for the difficulty. And each of those difficulties, you'll be able to scale up or be able to Pack-a-Punch to that determined level based on where you are located. Then we, of course, have the return of the power-up. So we're going to get double points, insta-kill, nuke, and full armor. There's just so many things that are kind of getting implemented from zombies into what was already kind of the DMZ experience. Again, I think this is kind of a perfect hybrid between the Outbreak Cold War experience for zombies and obviously the DMZ experience we got in Modern Warfare 2. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, which I think is fairly important to this mode, being that it is PvE only and no PvP, you're going to have something to do, which means the return of faction missions. Yes, that's right. You guys have heard it. Missions are coming to the DMZ zombie experience, which means we could see something like Black Mouse, Legion, obviously the Coney, Shadow Company, things like that return. We're going to have faction missions that we're going to have to complete. Obviously the story missions will be there as well, and we'll work our way through that, very similar to the current experience in DMZ. If you guys have been following the channel and you guys have loved the guides throughout DMZ and how to complete the missions, and obviously any other tips that I could provide, you guys are definitely going to want to make sure you are following the channel for this coming year of Modern Warfare 3, as we are definitely going to be covering mission guides and things of that nature for this new Zombies experience. Honestly, in summary, this is basically DMZ with some of the features from Zombies Outbreak mode and Cold War, and I think it's going to be overall a home run. Even though there is no PvP, I think it being a PvE only experience and having the ability for so many players to work together, it can really scale things up and make things a lot more difficult. I think there's even rumors of there being a world boss, which has been featured in other games and been extremely successful, which I think would be really cool for a mode like this. Across the board, I'm extremely excited for DMZombies or Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and I think especially because they took so many great features from DMZ and brought them over to this mode, I overall think it has a ton of potential. Now that's going to wrap things up for today's video. Let me know down in the comment section below how you guys feel about Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.